Good morning, all of you. So today we'll continue with the same radiation topic. Few more are there like Newton's laws of cooling. Then we'll go for the mixed concepts of radiation and conduction. Okay, fine that one. So one small topic is there. It's a formula what I'm going to generate, and we'll continue with the all set of numericals. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, fine. Yeah, then. Okay, previous class we had a discussion on the Wien's displacement law. Okay, let's just analyze the graphs also. What is the meaning of their graphs? Okay, let me start with the intensity versus the wavelength I'm plotting. Okay, I do have a body for which the curve is like this, you know. So what I do is like I'm going to I'm going to pick up a spectrum. I'm going to pick up a spectrum, you know. Oh. I'm going to pick up a spectrum. Okay, this is the spectrum. There's this one. So let T be the temperature of the body. Then, so the energy in this region, let it be delta U1. The energy in this be delta U2, delta U3. Let this same, the difference in wavelength is same. Now, what do you expect where in which region 1, 2, 3, the energy will be more? It's not a symmetric one. Little bit. Okay, the curve I'll modify. Let me do some small correction. Then. Mhm. Small graphical based questions, very important. You check the exams, competitive exams, no, they've asked very nice questions just based on this very small information. Okay, this is delta lambda, energy in between this one. Okay, all are having same bandwidth. The bandwidth is same. Means like the region delta lambda, I'm going to take it to be same. Then in which region the energy confined will be more. I think we are very sure about like the area under the curve will give total energy radiated. So therefore, so this delta U1 will be, so delta U2 will be greater than delta U3 greater than delta U1. Just very simple idea. Let T be the temperature of the body. Okay, fine. This is, then what is the wavelength at which intensity is maximum? That we can find out by Wien's displacement law. Then where the energy in the spectrum will be more corresponding to lambda naught only. The lambda naught will come here. The delta lambda is what I'm picking up at three regions. One at point where the intensity is maximum. Next, at the other 2 points. If I compare the areas, so what do you know? The area under the curve will give the total total energy radiated. So this area definitely will be more because I took just equal with that one. The energy in this region will be more than this particular thing. Means you consider if you consider like a delta, like a equal width, delta lambda like that, then the region corresponding to wavelength corresponding to maximum intensity, there what happen, it will possess more energy because the area under the curve will be more. So the intensity versus wavelength graph for any body which is ejecting, so depends on what. So definitely I can say that area under the curve, from that is what I'm picking up this one. Okay, for this is for a given body, not for this one. Okay, let me go for few more graphs. All these are questions available. Let me just summarize them so it'll be very easy for you. This is a wavelength. For three different bodies of same area, I'm going to plot the curve. The wavelength corresponding to maximum intensity is given by this one. So let the temperature of the bodies be T1, T2, and T3. For three different bodies, same area. Okay, it's asking us the temperature of the bodies and what about the energy radiated by that, and what about the emissivities. I'm not saying three different bodies of same area. I'm not saying black bodies. Huh? Okay, any interpretation can we give? Which body will be at higher temperature? According to Wien's displacement law, according to Wien's displacement law, the threshold wavelength of this will be lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3. Tell me like a which will be lower value? Lambda 1 less than lambda 2 less than lambda 3. According to Wien's displacement law, lambda T1 equal to lambda T2 T2 lambda T3, this one. So which body will be at higher temperature? T1 will be greater than T2 greater than T3. Okay, next, what about the total energy of a body? Total energy of a body. The total energy of a body, according to Stefan's law, depends on what? Emissivity, area, and also the temperature. Can you remember this formula? U is equal to, what is the formula we have? The total energy radiated per, per unit time, or say power. We can put it here now. Or I'll do one thing. Proportional, let me bring it. E A T to power of 4. What is E? E is emissivity. Three different bodies telling. Three different bodies means what do you expect emissivity? Must be different. Like you take iron, copper, okay, some lamp black and charcoal, like that different bodies, they'll have different emissivities. Will I agree this condition? Okay, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Power restored. Okay, now will. Yeah, no. Okay, can you say anything about the area under the curve, what it is equal to? Total energy radiated by a body. Total energy radiated. I'll write it here. We'll bring the total energy radiated by a body is equal to area under the curve. A term like a which will have the temperature of the first body is more than that one, but which body will give more energy? Area under the green color is more, no? Am I right? If you look at comparison, so therefore what we can write it as U2 greater than U3 greater than U1. Okay, this is the one thing. Next, can we say anything about the emissivity of a surface? All three bodies are having same area. Try to compare. All the three bodies are having same area. U2 greater than U3 greater than U1. But T1 greater than T2 greater than. Can we say anything about emissivity? Definitely emissivity what happens should be greater. Of course, we can't say we can one of the possibility like a E2 greater than E3 greater than E1. One of the possibility I'm telling you. Okay, let me not disturb that. Huh? But they may ask you, you should be ready for that. Since U2 greater than U3 greater than U1, and what about T2 greater than T3 and T1 greater than T2 greater than T3? Then area is same. Then what do we expect here? E2 must be greater than E3 greater than E1. Will I agree this? Since I have this condition. Area is same. T1 greater than T2 greater than T3. But U2 greater than U3 greater than U1. So therefore now this emissivity is what going to determine now. Okay, I'll put this condition. How much we can't tell, but okay, we can relate. Okay, this can be the relationship, but exactly we cannot tell. That's what I mean to say here. Okay, fine. So don't think that so like this should be the higher temperature. Okay, Wien's displacement law clearly says like lambda t is equal to constant. The wavelength corresponding to maximum intensity will happen will take lower values as the temperature increases. So therefore T1 should be greater than T2 greater than T3. I think this will be for not a given body, for three different bodies of same area is what we have compared. Okay, fine. So this is the next we'll go for. See, what you do, just take graphs and analyze them at a stretch, all different possible graphs. Pretty sure, no, you'll be in far better position, no. Okay, there are two different bodies are there. This is a wavelength and look at the two different bodies. No, let me give other color here. Can we interpret anything about the bodies? Two different bodies. Okay, the temperature of this body, let it be T1, temperature of this body, T2. Can you say anything about the temperature of the bodies? So from which will be lambda to lambda 1, which will be greater? Two different bodies. Two different bodies of, I'll better write like this, huh? A2 and E2 not equal to E1. Anything can we see? Definitely lambda 2 less than lambda 1. So therefore T2 greater than T1. Area under which curve is more? Second body. So total energy radiated by second body is more than the first body because the area under the curve. Next, after this, any other thing? What we can say about the surface area of a body? See, area under the curve, the surface area of a body are different. Am I right, all of you? Don't get confused. No. Area, surface area, and emissivity. So what is the basic formula? This is proportional to what? Like U2 is equal to E2, E2, T2 power of 4. So what we have is T2 greater than T1, U2 greater than E1. So anything can we say about E2 and A2? So definitely I can say that E2, A2 should be greater than E1, A1. I'm not sure, like what about E2 and E1? I don't know further. The product of E2, A2 is greater than E1, A1. It can be such that A2 less than A1, E2 greater than E1, and but the product E2, A2 will be greater than E1, A1. It can happen. Now, only this much is what I can interpret. What about the surface area of a body? I can put if emissivities are equal, if both are having same emissivity, definitely I can say A2 greater than A1. Is it okay? Fine. If surface areas of both the bodies are same, then definitely what should be greater? The E2 must be greater than E1. So here what we can write it is next the interpretation. If E2 equal to A1, both the bodies having same surface area, E2 must be greater than E1. I'll push it everything. No, if E2 equal to E1, then A2 must be greater than A1. I think you do get plenty of questions like this, where a student should take help of the basic data, the information. Okay, look at this analysis. Now, is it possible? So one this is very important thing. Can it happen like this? Just for our understanding purpose. So can it be? Some student he has plotted like this. Intensity versus for a given body, is this possible? For a given body.
No, sir.
For a given body, is it possible? No, for a given body, this graph is wrong. Am I right? For three different bodies, I'll put it this one. I'll put a comments here like and all. First thing, for a given body, above graph is wrong. Because I'm strictly saying T3 greater than T2. We know according to Wien's displacement, as temperature increases, the lambda should decrease, no? But here we do have different. Any reason for that? Lambda 3 should be less than lambda 1, but lambda 3 is greater than lambda 1. So not possible. For a given body, above graph is wrong, not possible. Now come for this one. For three different bodies, is it possible? for 3 different bodies. But again, this condition T3 greater than T2 greater than T1 should not happen, no? According to Wien displacement law, even 3 different bodies are there. Lambda 1, T1, lambda 2, T2, lambda 1. So T1 must be greater than T2 greater than T3. For a given body, above graph is wrong. What we can put it here now. For 3 different bodies, if T1 greater than T2 greater than T3, then it is possible. Otherwise, it's wrong. Graph is for 3 different bodies. Graph is wrong. Not possible. Okay, we may think, okay, given body not possible. For 3 different bodies also what happened? The T1 must be greater than T2 greater than T3. But the information given is what? T3 greater than T2. No, for 3 different bodies, T1 greater than T2 greater than T3, then possible. I think they may ask you anything here. You should be very careful. Huh? Able to get the last second condition for 3 different bodies also, this graph will be wrong because T1 must be greater than T2 greater than T3. Okay, now next again. Is it possible to have
Sir?
yeah.
Sir, in above graph, you wrote that E2A2 will be greater than E1A1, no, sir?
Huh.
Sir, here we can't say it, no, sir. If T2 is very much higher than T1, then we can't say, no, sir.
Simple. Wien's displacement is not obeyed. Finish all. Don't bother emissivity area. Huh?
Okay, sir.
Is this possible for a given body? Curve like this. Huh? The intensity should be maximum only for one wavelength. What about here? The intensity is maximum for several wavelengths. Not possible. This is the wrong thing. The intensity should be maximum only for one wavelength. Dominant wavelength will be there. So what we are having, the intensity is maximum for, so I'll put clearly the straight line. Huh? Straight line, you can see it now. Now, what is the problem with this graph? The intensity is maximum for all, not possible. So where is the Wien's displacement law? Wien's displacement law is not obeyed. So not possible. Is it okay? So wrong graph. It's a wrong graph here. So you should be very careful about even the graphs also, possible or not possible. The intensity should be maximum only for one wavelength. That's all. Few more are there. Even this also not possible. You can see clearly see this. The intensity is maximum. So is this possible, sir? No, cannot happen. How come? The Wien's displacement law will get violated. No, the temperature of body will be T, no doubt, for a given body. This will be very dangerous things for students. So this I just put wrong. That's all. So the intensity should be maximum only for one specific wavelength. That's what the Wien's displacement law, and lambda t should be equal to constant. The Wien's displacement law should not get violated. That's the basic core idea. Okay, this is about the possible things what happen. They can ask you. Okay, we'll go for next Newton's laws of cooling. The next topic. Now, there's already based on Stefan's law only. First of all, let me take okay, let's begin here. So I do have there's a sphere of radius r, density rho, specific heat S. There's a temperature initially, say T1, T1 Kelvin, you can write it. Then at T equals 0, this is a thing. So after what time the temperature of this will become T2? The same sphere. Okay, this I'll do one thing. I'll give a coating, lamp black coating. So because of that, what happen? It will have some sort of good emission. So let emissivity of this surface, let it be E. There is no surrounding, no surroundings, no surroundings. You write it. Temperature of this, let it be T2 Kelvin after time T. How to calculate time taken for the temperature to change from T1 to T2? Okay, according to Stefan's law, power radiated by a body, P is equal to E sigma A T to power of 4. I'm starting with a very basic problem. Do understand. This is Stefan's law. There is no surrounding. Because of no surrounding, the T naught will not come. Okay, no, this is like a cooling off an isolated body. Okay, fine. Agreed. Isolated body. So what is the best example? Star. So what is the surrounding? No surrounding. Will there be any atmosphere? So there won't be any atmosphere. So like this, what happened? We are starting this cooling of a isolated body, cooling of a star. You can apply for this one. So T1 will be greater than T2. Okay, I agree this. This is a condition. Okay, now what is this power? What is the power? Energy given out per unit time. So shall we write it as dq by dt? It will give out energy. Then what is the dq? As it gives out, can we write minus ms dt? Go back to calorimetry. If a body loses heat, if a body loses heat, then we write minus ms dt. If a body gains heat plus ms dt. Please do remember. So maximum body gains heat, body loses heat, the calorimetry idea is brought here. So this is a body. Okay, now rest all integration. Let's go for this one. So dt by dt by t to power of 4 is equal to E sigma A ms dt. Okay, this is a negative sign. Let me keep here. What can be the limits? Time taken at t equals 0, temperature is T1. At any time t, let the temperature be T2. Okay, this will become T to power of minus 4 dt. Look carefully the limits I given in red color. Okay, this will be T only. Okay, T to power of minus 4. So this will be T to power of minus 3 by minus 3. T1, T2. Okay, let me substitute the limits. So this will be one negative sign, it gets eliminated. So 1 by T2 cube minus 1 by T1 cube is equal to 3E sigma A ms. Okay, this is a time taken for it to cool. Okay, let me write in proper form. ms 3E sigma A. Okay, now what is m? M will be density into volume, 4 by 3 pi r cube. S is what? specific heat 3 E sigma. What is A? Surface area 4 pi r square. Okay, no, 4 pi r square I'll eliminate it. 4 pi r square I'll eliminate it. So therefore, what do I end up? Rho S R by 9 E sigma. Very important conclusion is what we are going to have. The time taken for it to cool down, shall I say, cooling off an isolated body, the temperature decreases. The temperature time taken by depends on what? Depends upon the density, depends upon the radius, depends upon the emissivity. If emissivity is more, then it will give out more energy. More thermal radiation will be there. Then it will take less time. If specificity is more, then take more time. Density is more, take more time. If R is more, if R increases, surface area increases, then what happens? It will take more time. Able to understand? No, this is say sigma is a constant. Don't bother. 9 sigma is a constant. So what is the type of surface? It matters, and the material, and the shape. So you do have questions. If a body cools down, then the time taken by it depends on the material, shape, and the type of surface. So for it to what happened to cool it less time, what shall I do? I'll give a lamp black coating. Don't say black paint, lamp black coating. I'll give a lamp black coating. Yes, now what happens? It starts giving out more radiation. So like that in industries, what happens? I want to cool down an object. So I should take help of these conditions. Getting the idea? So there's a time taken by a body to cool down from temperature T1 to T2. Time taken by a body to cool down from temperature. Kelvin, it is not in degrees Celsius. You have to be one more thing very careful. What is the time taken for the temperature to vary from 1000 degrees Celsius to so like 1000 degrees Celsius to 700 degrees Celsius? Convert that into Kelvin, that you have to substitute. Where T1, T2 are in Kelvin strictly. Okay, agree this. So this is about the isolated body, like a cooling off stars. I think we can apply this method. Or the time taken by the star to cool down. There's a method, there's a formula what we can apply it. Okay, now two spheres. I'll compare. So for that, what happened? The material, the radius, and the emissivity. That will determine what is the time taken. Shall we go for now? So this is about the this one isolated body. let me take. Let me come for the Newton's laws of cooling. Okay, now see, let's have a general discussion first. Hot tea. When you keep that hot tea, so where do will drink tea? Surroundings will be there. There'll be surroundings, and you can say the radiation will occur like this. So I wanted to know how the temperature of this will vary with the time. That's what a primary discussion. So for that, what happened? I'll put one thermometer. I'll put one thermometer inside it. So what is this? This is a thermometer. So I'll now plot the temperature versus time graph. Anybody, can you expect this odd T, what will happen? Surroundings, it will have temperature, say T naught. What is the surroundings here? Air, no? So what this T will do now, hot T, it will lose out its energy to the surroundings. So will it only emits or it also absorbs? As there'll be emission, absorption, but then there'll be the emissive power will be greater than absorptive power. So therefore the body will cool down. The hot T, what happen, will cool down, will become warm T. Finally, the temperature of hot T will become equal to T naught. I'm interested to know how this temperature varies with the time. It's very simple, no? Just take OT and put thermometer, and for every 1 second, for every 10 seconds, note down the temperature of thermometer and plot it. Anybody, can you expect graph? Okay, now student may analyze, no? Okay, the graph may be like this. One student. The other student, what he says, no, sir, first it will cool down. For first it will not cool, then it will cool down, then it will not cool, then it will cool down, then it will not cool, then cool down. Like this it will happen. Another student, sir, uh, it will decrease like this. Tell me like who is right. Anybody, can you support red color variation? It will not cool, then it will cool, it will not cool, then it will cool. Never, no? Or can it happen like this, linearly decreases? We are not very sure. So let's go for temperature as a function of time. And let me discuss how that cooling affect temperature. So if I have a graph, temperature as a function of time, then I can interpret this graph, which is possible. Or it can happen like this also. It can happen like this also. It is also cooling down. So now what is the biggest thing is like all four graphs correspond for cooling only. Then how the temperature varies with the time, we are not sure. At least this red color is ruled out. Am I right? So will it be linear? Will it be some sort of curve like this, or it will be? So now I think now biggest problem is this three graphs. Okay, how to interpret now? This is what a big question, what we get it. So for that purpose, what happen? I'll just take thermometer, I'll insert it for every 10 seconds. I will note down the temperature when I plot it. No, when I plot that, it is not this, nor this, nor this. It will be green color one. Like that, the ordinary body will cool down. What do you mean by ordinary body? See, again, don't think that something you should need a physics lab. That's why I just took example hot tea, finish over. How the temperature of this hot tea will vary with the time. That is what Newton laws of cooling. Your mother will cook curry or sambar. Hot sambar will be hot. Then what happen? It will be kept open, no? Let it be. So then what will happen? How the temperature of that sambar will decrease with the time. That is what Newton laws of cooling. Or hot water. How the temperature of hot water will vary with the time. That's what will be this. On what all parameters it depends. That's what we are going to learn. Okay, Newton's laws of cooling is something related to our kitchen. In kitchen, what happens? We do prepare curries, tea, all milk, everything will be there. How the temperature of that hot bodies will vary with the time. Studying of that is what Newton's laws of cooling. Okay, I'll come to this graph later on. In books, what happened? They just brought like a body of mass and specific heat. Again, students will think something imaginary. No, Newton's laws of cooling is related to the kitchen. Do notice, see, like so many things it happened no in front of you, we never noticed. And you want to become engineer from 8th, 9th, 10th, what happened? Your quest for to get IT rank started, but you never thought like, okay, something what I'm studying this IIT JE is something related to my day-to-day life. You never understood. You thought like something big, something you should be genius, you should have a research mind, you should have a scientific mind. Put all in dustbin. You make observation in kitchen, you will get a better rank. Instead of going for ITJ foundation for any schools, no, you should have made observation in your kitchen. Things would have been far better. Huh? Okay, got it? No? So at least now I'm telling so many examples, please do understand. Huh? Okay, let's start with the discussion. So there's a body of mass M. Say students do think that JEE advanced means if you study, you should not understand. Wrong thing, no? There's no such a science where it is difficult. Only what will happen? Our attitude is the problem. This is a mass, M, specific heat, emissivity E. Let me give lamp black coating also. So some will think, sir, what it is. So some ordinary bodies, even this is also not needed just for, because I'll be writing E, no? Okay, we'll do one thing. I'll remove it, not needed. Huh? Okay, this is having emissivity E. Surrounding temperature is T naught. So what actually happens? It will radiate. It will emit better. So like it will emit. At the same time, it will be also absorbing. Absorbing, I'll show only few colors. Now, as body is cooling down, so what do you expect? The rate of emission will be greater than rate of absorption. So how do we write Stefan's law? The power radiated by a body is equal to power emitted minus power absorbed. What is the power emitted? E sigma A T to power of 4. Let T be the temperature of the body. That power absorbed, absorptivity. What is the emissivity of surface? What is the absorptive of surface? Sigma surface area of the body, let it be A. Temperature of surroundings T naught 4. For our convenient purpose, we are writing E equal to A. It need not. Don't think that for a given body, E must be equal to A for our convenient. For mathematical, for simple, also for simple calculations. But there's no rule that E must be equal to A for any body. There's nothing like that. They're nowhere related. Emissivity and absorptivity, what will happen, need not be equal for a given body. So therefore, since E equal to A, so I'll take outside E sigma A. Okay, I agree this. So till now, I think now we have to work out here. What is usually temperature of the hot tea? 60 degrees, 70 degrees. What is the temperature of surrounding 30? What is the temperature difference? Usually it will be very small, no? So what is the temperature of the body compared to surroundings? Usually it will be small. It will not be something very high. So what is the temperature difference between the body and surrounding will be very small. Will not be something very high, will be very small. So there is one assumption what T minus T naught, the temperature difference. Let me put it here. The temperature difference between the body and surroundings will be of order few tens, means 30 degrees, 40 degrees, 50 degrees. So that usually that will be very small, will be of order few tens. Okay, 30, 40, 50, 60 of that, not like few thousands, not possible, no? So in kitchen, any object is there where temperature of the object can attain 10,000 degrees Celsius, not possible, no? So there's a thing. Okay, let me proceed now with the mathematics. So therefore, this delta T, temperature difference, T minus T naught, will be very small. Not very small means not negligible, will be of appreciable, some few tens. Okay, let me introduce this back here. P equal to E sigma A. So can I write this is T naught plus delta T to the power of 4. I'm introducing back in this equation. Try to see this. This T what I can write, delta T, T naught plus delta T to the power of 4. Okay, let me take T naught outside. E sigma A. Now, what is usually delta T? Delta T will be very small. So this total E sigma A T naught to the power 4, I'll take outside. Then this will become 1 plus delta T delta T will be very small. So therefore binomial expansion. Okay, I think some of, I'll just shade it. Try to notice this one. So from binomial expansion, it has become like this. Delta T very small, so I can go for binomial expansion. So this will become, the resultant will be P is equal to in the bracket, what will be left over? 4 delta T by T naught. One T naught get cancelled. So E sigma A 4E sigma A T naught cube delta T. Okay, this equation better remember. At so many places, this is going to help us a lot. At so many places, it's going to help us a lot. So what's happening to the body? It is giving out heat, no? So power, what we can write it as dq by dt. Delta T is temperature difference between body and surroundings will be of order of few tens. What is delta T again? Temperature difference. I'll write it. Okay, this is very important. The term, what is delta T? Temperature difference between bodies. So, okay, the body loses heat or gains heat. The body loses heat. So according to calorimetry, if a body loses heat, what we write? Minus ms dt. Keep it in this way. Okay, almost we have reached the end of this particular thing. This delta T, if you're getting confusion, call that as theta. Delta T as theta. Okay, let me. Here I'll write it. Not Q, theta. That's why small q I wrote it here. So this will become d theta by theta is equal to 4e say sigma by ms into dt. Let me integrate this. What should be the limit? What is theta? Theta is a temperature difference. Theta is a temperature difference. So what is the initial temperature? Initial temperature difference, let it be theta I. Final temperature difference, let it be theta F. This is a time taken. So what is theta I? Initial temperature difference. What is theta F? Final temperature difference. After some time t, what will be the temperature difference? Okay, this I would have used t only. Again, if I write delta t, t no, you'll get confused. Okay, these are some, for our convenient purpose, we have brought it. So this will become log of theta f by theta I, negative sign, I'll send it here. So this will be 4e sigma A. Okay, this will be theta f, theta or let's write temperature difference at any time t. Okay, no, so this will be, let me write like this, it'll be easy for us because more generalization we can do it. Now, shall we send this log on that side? It'll become exponential 4e sigma A. Already, I think equation of like this we have come across. So what is the temperature difference at any time t is equal to theta I. I'll write everything as alpha. So what is alpha? Alpha equal to 4e sigma a. It depends on all these quantities. Huh? Okay, let's come for theta. Theta is what we write temperature difference, no? So then can we rewrite this? Theta minus T naught, temperature difference at any time. Initial temperature difference, how much it will be? Temperature of the body, initially Ti, surrounding temperature will be T naught. So e to power of minus alpha T. Okay, let's write few things. What is Ti? Initial temperature of body. What is T? Temperature of body at time T. Now what is T naught? Temperature of surroundings. Okay, like this is what, can we plot this graph? Put t equal to 0. So this will be further. Put t equals 0, what will be the temperature? Will be Ti. So if you're getting confusion, T naught initially, you can write Ts, any of the symbol. Since in most of the Stefan's law, T naught is what surrounding temperature we took it, no? That's why I wrote it, Ti and this one. No. Uh, can we go for graph? Okay, the possible graph will be initial temperature Ti, temperature at any time t. So the curve will be like this, exponentially decreasing curve. Okay, the body, what happened? The graph will not be linear. In fact, it will be exponential decrease. Sir, how do you can say with the help of this one? Finally, how much it will become? That of the surroundings, T naught, after a long time. What will be the temperature of that hot tea? Will be that of the temperature of the kitchen. Like this, the body will cool down. Means initially what will happen? The body, according to graph, what will happen? Initially, the body will be in a hurry to cool down. So the temperature will decrease rapidly initially. After some time, what happen? It will lose interest in cooling. If the curve were like this, if the curve were like this, then what you would have said? If the curve were in this way, how you would have interpreted? For equal change in, for equal decrease in temperature, there'll be equal increase in time. Means like if in 1 minute temperature falls by 2 degrees, in next minute again it will fall by 2 degrees, but here not like that. Initially the fall in temperature will be more. You can see that one. All of you, I think you should know how to interpret a graph. If it were like this, the rate of change of temperature would have been fixed value. But what about here? The slope here is more and here it will be less. Don't interpret negatively, only magnitude I'm asking. The slope here is more, here is less. So initially what happened? The rate of cooling initially will be more and gradually it decreases. So what is the body now? The body initially will have more interest in cooling. Afterwards, it will lose interest in cooling, just in terms of common language. Or rate of cooling initially be more and later on it decreases gradually. You can see here. So how to interpret this graph? How to interpret this graph? So what uh, they suggested, like how to interpret this graph. So what you do is like take help of. So the curve is like this. So you do one thing, take two equal intervals of time. Say interpret, how to interpret a graph means students will only look at. So you should take what you should do. Either you draw horizontal line, either you draw vertical line, or else what you should do, or else what happen? You what happen? Compare the slope. Something you have to do it, not just only looking at graph. Okay, look at now. This, it's very clearly visible for you now. So what is the temperature difference here? It will be more here, no? For equal intervals of time. What will happen to temperature difference? Here what happen? The rate of cooling here more. The temperature for the temperature of body decreases more initially than no. Able to get this one? This is a time. This is a temperature. Temperature of what? Temperature of body. Temperature of. Okay, if you just take two equal intervals of time, the initially the rate of the fall in temperature will be more. The difference in temperature will be more than this one. Or you do one thing. You can also interpret graph like this. See, actually, that's what I'm telling this one. Students will not analyze. They don't want to put pressure on their brain, that one. They just want to see information, like how we watch movie, no? The science and technology has become like that. They want to just gather information. Interpretation of graphs, take scale, pencil, draw horizontal. Whenever you get a graph, what you should do, draw horizontal lines, vertical lines, or a slope or area. Four things is what you can do with graph. No, do that. Something information you can gather it. This you're not doing. There's a major problem. Huh? Okay, now let me take the equal temperature difference. Actually, as a teacher, I should not show this, to be frank. Teachers should not teach this graphical analysis because already it was introduced for you. But still, you think that what we did earlier, it was first chapter. Now this second chapter. In second chapter, again, the graphs will be different. Okay, now look at the green color curves. I'll bring it. Black color will take it here. Can you say anything about this one? For equal change in temperature, what about the time taken? Initially, it will take less time and finally take more time. So this is delta T, you write it. Same change in temperature. What about here? For same temperature difference, what happen? Initially, it will take less time for the decreasing temperature. Afterwards, it will take more time here. So therefore, how the body will cool. Initially, what happen? The rate of cooling will be more. Shall I use word rate of cooling? Slope will be more, and gradually it decreases. So what's happened? The body will be more interested initially. Okay, let me cool down. Let me cool down. Let me cool down. Afterwards, it lose interest. Like same thing happened for you know the moment in the month of April came, you were so excited. Okay, JE advance, everything okay, finally we'll take admission in this particular college, then teacher will come and teach, will get a knowledge, will get a rank. Gradually what happened, you came to know that not by intuition, not by teacher, by your own efforts, what happened, you'll get knowledge. So now you are here. How you get knowledge? Until unless you don't put hard work, you don't put effort, you don't analyze, not possible. Initially, you thought teacher is doing helping a lot. Now you came to that even teacher also is just teaching. Until unless I don't put effort, I'll not get a rank. I think graph is very much related to your mindset, your emotional imbalance. Okay, now what happened? You are understanding. I should put effort. Okay, teacher will do his work. Okay, if I don't put effort, I don't get rank. If I put effort, I'll get a rank. Okay, no, please do analyze all these things. Huh? The graph is very much related to your way of thinking. Unless you don't open eyes and analyze, think, remember things, read, compare, not possible. Knowledge will not flow. Knowledge will not just come by remembering or gathering information. It has to be analyzed. It has to be compared. You have to put effort. So what is able to? I think I'll just put for the same temperature difference. So 60 to 50 degrees Celsius, it will take say like a 10 seconds. Now 40 to 30 degrees Celsius, it has to take more time. There's a meaning of this. Okay, this rate of cooling able to analyze. Okay, now every time this will be a very big headache, no? Like this, I'll ask you what is the temperature of the body. Can we really take help of all this? The formulas like this? No, it'll be really, really very, very difficult to do any mathematics involved with exponential. Am I right? Anybody likes to do calculation with exponential logarithm? Not advisable, no. So therefore, what shall I do? I have to make some changes to the formula. I have to make some changes to the formula. Since the temperature difference is very small between the body and the surroundings, so we can do some approximation. This is for what graph? The curry what your mother cooks and keeps it on table. How the temperature of that curry varies with the time is what we are discussing. Finish or nothing big. Huh? Okay, let's go for modification of this formula. So what we started with this one, no? I think I'll take the formula so that will be easy for you. Yeah. This is the temperature difference. No, here instead of integration, let me take help of this formula. Oh, 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 oh. I'll get back the screen. Yeah, wait. Hope everything will be saved. Huh? Okay, nice. Nothing lost. Is it visible screen?
Yes, sir.
I'll continue from here. Graph should be there. Okay, yeah, behind. Okay, I was doing this one. Let me start with this one. I'll for our my convenient purpose, what I do is like, because every time doing calculation with exponential will be very difficult. So therefore, we'll go for alternative method. Alternative formula we'll try to. So what is theta? Theta is the temperature difference. I think this is very clear for you. So let me keep it as it is. So this everything shall I call alpha? Okay, what is theta? Temperature difference. This will be. So it is like we used to write theta minus T naught. The average temperature difference. So this will be also like a T minus T naught alpha T minus T naught. Okay, no, this one I think. Yeah. Okay, differentiating this will become minus dt by dt equal to, or this will become dt by dt is equal to alpha T naught minus T naught minus T. This is called like a for cooling of an object. I just brought here. So what is this? The rate at which temperature decreases, no? The rate at which T minus T naught. What is T? Temperature of body. It is directly proportional to the temperature difference between surrounding and the body. So I think, okay, this is a negative sign. Let it be here. Okay, I'll do one thing. This is for cooling of a body. Similarly, the same thing what happen if a body is warming up. If a body is warming up, then the negative sign will not be there. This will become T minus T naught. You need not to do all that one. What is alpha? Alpha is everything that one. 4e sigma a T naught q by ms. That is, this is for warming of a body. Means if temperature of body increases, use this formula. If a temperature of body decreases, use this formula. So there's a one thing is what is suggesting here now. Okay, let me interpret again once again this. This what is this theta? Theta is the temperature difference, and T naught will be constant. This T will be varying, no? This T will be varying. So therefore, the same formula, I'll put it one more, still more easier way. This will be final temperature minus initial by time taken equal to T1 plus T2 by 2 minus T naught. Okay, this will become negative sign if I put it initial minus final, then average temperature difference. This is applicable only when the temperature difference is of order few tens, not few hundreds, few thousands also, because the approximation we have done. So this is called like a Newton's law of cooling formula. Alpha depends on what? Material, like already we know. 4e sigma a T naught q by ms. What is this? Initial minus final. What is T? Time taken for the temperature of the body to decrease from T1 to T2. So how you should interpret this one? What is T? Time taken for temperature of body to decrease from T1 to T2. I think very important you have to remember formula. Maximum numericals are related to this. If a body warms up, this formula. Okay, if a body cools on this formula, if a body warms up, this particular formula. Okay, what is the, so like we are not understanding anything. Okay, you brought some formula, something. Okay, let's do one thing. We'll take some numerical itself on Newton's laws of cooling. Suppose say this is the container, or so like this is a liquid, which is there in calorimeter. Okay, this liquid will have mass, specific heat, emissivity, and it will cool down. Temperature of that, temperature of surrounding, let it be 30 degrees Celsius. The temperature of this, let it be 60 degrees Celsius. Then for 62 60 degrees Celsius to become 50 degrees Celsius if it takes 4 minutes. What time it will take for the temperature to become from 50 to 40 degrees Celsius? And further, for the temperature from 40 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius, what is the time? He has given only this information. Temperature of surrounding is how much? 30. Okay, this I think 70, I'll write it. It'll be easy for us. 70 will start. 70 to 60. Now, very easily you can now compare things. He has given only, we have this much of information. For 70 to 60 degrees, it takes 4 minutes. But the temperature of liquid, no. Temperature of surrounding is how much? T naught. So shall we use directly this particular formula? I'll start from here. Please do make observation. Very simple here. So what was the initial temperature? 70, 60. What is the time it will take? 4 minutes is equal to. So this will be 70 plus 60 by 2. What is the temperature of surroundings? 30. So this will be 10 by 4. Here is what alpha, no? If you want to calculate the alpha, or leave it like this. Okay, now time taken for the temperature to become 60 minus 50 by T1, I'll write it, equal to alpha 60 plus 50 by 2 minus 30. Dividing these two will get T1. That's all, no? Dividing these two equations will get T1. Then similarly, time taken for the temperature, again, dividing equation 192, then 193. We'll get T1, T2. Anybody value T1? I need not to bother alpha. I'll have water. Okay, let me check the values. T1. T1 5.6. Here this will be in degrees Celsius. Degrees Celsius. The formula is modified, no? Actually, if you put in Kelvin also, the Kelvin, everything gets cancelled, no? So in degrees Celsius, you can go for it. T1 5.6 degrees Celsius. T2, okay, I think very clearly in front of you, the information is there. Seconds, or what is this? Minutes? Minutes it will be. Okay, I think you have got very clear information here, no? 70 to 60 will take 4 minutes. Next, again, for same temperature difference, 5.6. For same temp, 9.3. So what happens? The liquid, initially it will cool down more, no? Gradually what happens? The cooling effect decreases. So there's a nice formula. There's a very nice formula. Okay, there's about thing. Okay, let me give another one. Okay, surrounding temperature, let it be 30 degrees Celsius. So similarly, we'll analyze with respect to time. 70 degrees Celsius to 60 degrees Celsius. It will take 4 minutes. In the next 4 minutes, what will be the temperature? And again, the next 4 minutes, what will be the temperature? The same body, that's the same condition. Okay, again, what should be the formula? 70 minus 60 by 4 equal to alpha average temperature difference. Next, what is the temperature it to take? We don't know. I'll call this is theta1 or T1, anything. This time we know it, 4. This will be 60 plus T1 by 2 minus 30. Similarly, this will be final. T2 we don't know, and this is T1. T1 minus T2, it should be. Okay, T1, T2 are unknown. Dividing equation 1 and 2 will get the T1. That substituting here will get the T2. Anybody value T1, T2? Anybody T1, T2 values? T1 52.5. T2. Just hurry up. T2, T2 value. Anybody value T2? All of you present in class? Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Then the answer should be given, no? How much of time calculations? 46.8. Thank you, Ma, Meghana. Yeah, 46.875. Okay, see the variation. So these are the types of problems are there. Do at least 1, 2 and come out of that. If different questions are there, okay, carry on that one. Okay, this is about the Newton's laws of cooling. This is one separate independent topic. Tomorrow I'll go for a few more application problems with Newton's laws of cooling and other things, that one, eating that one. Okay, let's go for now the how to calculate the temperature, surface temperature of a sun. So as we know, okay, this is the circle. Okay, this is a temperature. So like this, we're having. These are the flares. Just so that if I draw a circle, you may not understand. Okay, there's a temperature, surface temperature of a sun. This one. So I do have the Earth. The planet Earth is somewhere here. So can I use this radiation method to calculate the surface temperature of a sun? Okay, for that I'm going to take help of the basic concepts what all we know it. Okay, let the radius of the earth be RE, radius of the sun, let it be RS. The distance from the sun to the earth, let this be X. I know the distance, I'm able to calculate that one. How to calculate the surface temperature of a sun? Treat this sun as a black body. We are going to treat sun as a black body. Then is it all the radiation emitted by sun will be incident on earth? No, only a fraction. Only a fraction of that will be incident. So that you can see from the, you can see clearly in this particular thing. Only the part of, I'm just shading it. So only this part, what happen? The sun will radiate in all direction. Only a fraction of that, what happen, will be incident on the earth. Am I right? And if you look at the Google, no, you have very nice information regarding sun. So these flares, they call no flares. This small portion of this flare, what happen is what size of the earth. The flares will come. I think all of you flare in LPG flames we call no sun. What happen rather than flames we call flares. That will occur not every day. Occasionally they'll occur. This particular one small dot is what the earth. If atmosphere were not there, no, this flares will reach to the earth. That's why the atmosphere is protecting her. So we should thank God for designing scientifically everything. Okay, then only the radiation which is there lying in this cone, what will happen? Will reach the surface of the earth. Will I agree this? This is the basic condition. It will give out radiation in all direction. Only a part of radiation which lies in this cone region, what happen, will reach the surface of the earth. Let X be the distance between. Let me show that here. The temperature of earth, let it be TE. What actually happens, the earth what happen will be receiving radiation like this. Let me put it here. And in turn, okay, receiving, no, receiving will put green color. We made a practice, no. And in turn, what happen, the earth will also radiate. Then only the temperature of the earth will be in equilibrium. Okay, now this sun shall we call, using Stefan's law, what we can write, power radiated by sun should be equal to sigma area of cross section of sun into temperature of sun. And the distance x is so large that I can treat this for the earth open, the sun will appear like a point source. Am I right, all of you? You look at the sun, how do it appear? It's a very massive ball, but still it appears like a point source only. Then what is the intensity at a distance x is given by intensity is equal to power by area. This one. So what is the power of sun? 4 pi s. 4 pi x square. Okay, like this, what happened? The intensity of sun reaching the earth. So what is this? Intensity of radiation at earth's surface. Intensity of sun's radiation at earth's surface. Since x will be very much greater than RE, so we'll assume it to be at center only. It doesn't matter here. So how you define power? So actually it will give out radiation in all directions. How you define intensity? Power flowing per unit area. So I'm going to draw a sphere. Okay, getting this one? Then what is the intensity at this point? Power by surface area. Unit surface area. What is unit surface area? 4 pi x square. So I'm going to draw a, somebody is asking, sir, what is x? X is the distance from center of the sun to center of the earth. Okay, fine. So how you define intensity? So you treat the sun as a point source. Then what will happen? You draw a imaginary sphere of radius x. Then power flowing per unit area is what? The intensity. Okay, now if you know intensity, then how much of power incident on the earth? So power incident on the earth, I'll call pi. What is pi? Pi should be equal to intensity into effective area of earth as seen by sun's radiation. Let me put it in order so they'll be easier. So the same concept in modern physics we are going to apply very systematically. So fine, this is effective area. What is effective area? Now for a sun open, how do earth will appear? Like a disk, not like a half hemisphere. You look at the moon, will you say it's a disk or it's a sphere? Don't use your science, use common sense. How the moon will appear for you? Disk or a, is it a disk or a sphere? You say disk, no. The reason for that, you are seeing effective area. The same thing, the sun's radiation incident on earth. So for the sun's radiation that is incident on earth, the effective area as seen by it will be only pi r square. Okay, this particular formula will become intensity is how much? Ps 4 pi x square. What is the effective area will be? Pi r e square. Don't try 2 pi r e square, sir, half of the surface area of the earth. 2 pi r e square. No, the effective area will be pi r e square. So finally, this will become pi is equal to, there's a power incident on the surface of a sun. Same thing. Let me write it. Yeah. Okay. Why to write same thing again? No. What will happen that Earth, it will also radiate, no? This is what the incident power. The power emitted by it or power absorbed, shall I put it here? This is what power absorbed. What is the power emitted by sun? Power incident on earth or power absorbed by earth? No. What is the power radiated by earth? Power emitted, I'll write it. Power emitted by earth. According to Stefan's law, PE should be equal to, this should be equal to E into, you can treat earth as a black body, then you can replace E equal to 1. Okay, let me take the area of cross section of earth into temperature of the earth, let it be TE to the power of 4. Then at equilibrium, what we can write? The incident power should be equal to emitted power, or the power absorbed should be equal to this one. At thermal equilibrium, the power emitted is equal to the power absorbed. Power emitted is what? E sigma AE TE to the power of 4. Power absorbed is PS 4 pi x square pi RE square. What is PS? Power of a sun. This shall we write it as 4 pi RE square, surface area of the earth. Power of a sun is how much? Sigma area of cross section of sun 4 pi RS square TS to the power of 4. Let me cancel all the possible terms which we have. E sigma will get cancelled. 4 pi, 4 pi, here one pi will get eliminated. RE square will get eliminated. E sigma TE to the power of 4. So sigma will also get eliminated. Okay, what is the temperature of sun will be no? E x square RS square TE to the power of 4. Let me treat Earth is also a black body. Yeah? Why to bring this one? One 4 will be there, no? Yeah, 4. What can be temperature of sun? So Ts to the power of 4. So final equation will be Ts is equal to TE root of 2x by Rs. What is x? Distance between the sun and the earth, and we know radius of the sun. From that weapon, I'll get the surface temperature of a sun. This is what? It's a very simple formula. So the only biggest difficulty is okay, this particular servo. How you intensity like intensity due to a point source given by this part power by 4 pi x square. Similarly, you are standing at the tube light. Tube light you treat like a source of light, source of radiation. Then at a distance x, what is the intensity? Power by 4 pi x square. X is the distance from the tube light to the person. The idea is like this here. So now this is what we are having. Okay, now like this, I can estimate the surface temperature of a sun. If you look at the book, no, this quantity is called as a solar constant. This quantity is called as a solar constant. This intensity is this one, no? This is called like a solar constant. In books, they have called this as, what happened to distance between sun and the earth? On and average will be same. So therefore, this will be solar constant. We know this value. Directly, the solar constant, you can multiply it. Now, in books open, they didn't go for further. They just write in. They brought answer in terms of solar constant. They wrote something like a SC solar constant here. This is also called as solar constant. Okay, this is just only theoretical one. So can be asked for any other thing. So what is the only basic idea? All the energy radiated by the sun will not reach the earth, only a fraction of it. How to calculate that? We take help of this intensity. So it will give out energy in all direction. Only a fraction of it will be incident. For that, we take help of the intensity concept. Getting the basic picture. So like that, what happened? We can find out the particular thing. So now you have two things like if a point source is there, not only this sun, you can select there's a ether, like a point source of ether. It is having a power, say like a P naught. Then at a distance x, I'll keep a surface having area A. Then what is the power incident on this surface? Then first I'll calculate what is the intensity at this point. So what is the intensity? P naught by 4 pi x square. Okay, there's a point source of ether having a power P naught. What is P naught? Okay, I agree this condition, power of a source P naught 4 pi x square. Then how much of power incident? Is it all the power emitted will it strike the surface? No, only a fraction of it. So the power incident, the same idea, power incident on a plate. Let me call this as a plate. Power incident on a plate. Pi is equal to how much it is? Pi is equal to intensity into area. At the same time, it is having a temperature T. It will radiate. Then power emitted by it is what? According to Stefan's law, E sigma A T to the power of 4. If temperature is constant, then similar method we can put it. Now power emitted by plate. According to Stefan's law, power emitted equal to E sigma A T to power of 4. This is what power absorbed by plate also, power incident on a plate, or for equilibrium. For equilibrium, what you can write, power emitted is equal to power absorbed. Okay, let's get into this one. Power emitted is what? Shall I write 2A thin plate? I'll write it. Now, why 2A? Anybody? Anybody wants to reply back? Why 2A? Two surfaces. Slowly try to make observation. As a thin plate, okay, we can neglect these surfaces. So here is one surface, the other one. The other side, two surfaces are there. That's why 2A will come. But power absorbed will be only one, because the radiation is only on one face. Okay, this will be E sigma 2E sigma A T to power of 4 is equal to, that A get cancelled. So 2E sigma T to power of 4. What is I is equal to P naught by 4 pi x square. So like this, we'll get the temperature. P naught by 8 pi x square is sigma. You do get wide varieties of problems of this kind. You should be ready for not only just only for suns, that one, the concept can be applicable like this also. T is equal to, so like this, we can calculate the temperature of the plate. So what is T now? Temperature of plate at equilibrium. Getting the idea? This is okay. Now, if a point source is there, no, sir, if a radiation is incident, what to do? So another situation may come. So there will be like a radiation is incident. The intensity of the beam is I. So there's a plate. The intensity of beam, let it be I naught. There's a beam of radiation, parallel beam of radiation. Okay, there's a plate, temperature T and area of cross section A. In this case, what is the power incident? It's equal directly intensity of beam into area. Or directly you have intensity, no? Point source is there, you should calculate intensity, then how much of intensity is incident on it. Intensity into area will be the power incident on it. How to calculate intensity for point source? Power by 4 pi x square. If parallel beam of light is incident, that is intensity of beam into area. A is area of cross section of plate. Then power emitted, or this is power absorbed, no? Power emitted by it. E sigma 2A T to power of 4 for equilibrium. For equilibrium, what we can write, power emitted equal to power absorbed. So this will be 2E sigma A T to power of 4 equal to I naught into A. Similarly, the way we proceeded, the same idea. Are you getting the difference now? Previous problem and this one? If a parallel beam of radiation is incident on a plate, this is the method. What is the emissivity of surface? If the black body, then put E equal to 1. Sir, like you took plate, okay, you take spear, what will get it? Let me keep this discussion. Okay, let me bring. Let there be a spear of radius r. mass m specific heat emissivity. The intensity of beam, let it be I naught. Calculate the temperature of the sphere at equilibrium. There's a ball, you can take it, ball or sphere. Oh, nothing is saved. Huh? Is it visible screen?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I think from where we have started. Okay, I'll rewrite. I think we have started with point source of light. No, why it is troubling? No, today. Okay, there's a point source of point source. There's a heater which will give out, so power be P naught at a distance X. I'll keep a plate. The same thing, let me repeat it. Then the power incident, all the power. So what is the intensity? Intensity of radiation at plate. At plate, this should be equal to I is equal to power of a plate by P naught by 4 pi x square. Then power incident on a plate or power absorbed by a plate. This should be equal to how much? Pi will write it. This should be equal to intensity of the beam, intensity of the radiation incident on plate into area of the plate. So this will become P naught A 4 pi x square. Then for thermal equilibrium, power emitted by a plate. This should be equal to E sigma 2A T to power of 4. Why two areas, front and back, but power incident only on one phase. At thermal equilibrium, power emitted should be equal to power incident. So E sigma 2A T to power of 4 equal to temperature of this should be P naught 8 pi E sigma x square. This is the one thing. If a point source of ether is kept at that particular point. Okay, instead of this, if a parallel beam of light, I think that's what the discussion we made. No, let me save it. Okay, no. Two situations will take it. A plate, then a sphere. Parallel beam of radiation. The intensity of this, let it be I naught. So I'll bring a plate. Let the plate be emissivity E, temperature T. This is the thing. So here now, instead of this parallel beam, let me bring a sphere. I think this is what we are wanted to discuss. Let E be this one. Okay, let's do one thing. What is the power incident on a plate? I'll write PI direct. PI intensity into area of the plate. I naught is intensity of the beam. What is the area of the plate? It is A. Straight away this one. So power emitted by the plate should be equal to, according to the Stefan's law, E sigma 2A T to the power of 4. At equilibrium, what we write? P equal to Pi. So this should be equal to E sigma 2E sigma A T to the power of 4 equal to I naught A. So if T is equal to I naught 2E sigma. A gets eliminated. So this is the expression for temperature of the plate. Okay, what about the sphere? No, see small ideas, huh? They're very small ideas, nothing big. Now, what is the what is the effective area as seen by the effective area? Now, if you are far away, how do the sphere area? It will appear like a disk for you. So therefore, this will become I naught into pi r square, not 2 pi r square. This particular beam, what will happen? Will see effective area. What is the effective area to see pi r square? It will appear like a disk for the beam of this radiation, parallel beam of radiation. So as it's coming from far away, no, parallel means coming from far away. So how it will appear like a disk. A good example, you take tennis ball, cricket ball, you hold it near to you. You feel it's a spear. You keep it far away, somewhere under 200 meter. Then try to see it will appear like a circular disk. Am I right? That's the meaning of this one. I don't want to talk much more mathematically. Just simple common sense. With this one, so power emitted by it. Any formula? E into sigma 4 pi r square. What is this? Like when it is incident, you are telling pi r square. When it is radiating, you are telling 4 pi r square. This is emitting. So it will emit. I think this diagram, at least, please look at this one. Whereas the absorption is only in this region. No? Green color should come only here. Any reason for that? There's no radiation from here will not come. No, the radiation is incident. Only this part of the sphere will be exposed to radiation. Please have look at the diagram rather than mere mathematical formulas. Remember, you stand nearby tube light, the radiation which is incident on you will be on your face. If you stand in sunlight, what will happen? The radiation will be incident on your face only. No, what happens to your back of the head? Nothing. No, will not be incident. So what is the effective area of your head as seen by the sun? Your face area. Depending upon your shape of the, if they're like longitudinal, if they're spherical, so that effective area you take it. If they're a little bit long, no, face long faces, rectangle, you take it effective area. Depends upon shape of the face. Agree this? So therefore at equilibrium, so what we can write it now? Now we'll equate these two. P equal to Pi. 4 pi E sigma R square T to the power of 4 equal to I naught by 4 pi E sigma. Are you noticing the difference? So students usually they do answer like, okay, so why pi r square? Why not 2 pi r square? Effective area of the sphere. Okay, getting some. These are
Pi
some.
will not be there in the denominator. No, sir.
Pi will not be there, ma. Okay, I brought pi on. Okay, I'll remove this. Yeah. Yeah, 4e sigma will be there. Okay, simple idea-based questions. These are there. So just do remember. Later on, when we go for modern physics in second year, no, these small things will help us a lot. Effective area. When we get into electrostatics, this will come into picture. Okay, this thinking has to be developed by student. Huh? Okay, tomorrow, I think all theory, convection, small information is there. It's just like a diagrams are there. Okay, tomorrow we'll have only numericals. Straight away, we'll discuss all the numericals related to radiation, conduction, everything that one, Newton's laws of cooling. Related to that, we'll just focus on numericals. Huh? Tomorrow, don't miss class because almost all the best numericals is what I'm going to cover it. Huh? Okay, we'll wind up the class here.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, all of you. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, all of you. Okay, please try to work out all the numericals, different conduction, almost all the theoretical ideas got over. Conduction, radiation, Newton laws of cooling, Newton laws of heating, Newton laws of cooling, Stefan's law, Wien's displacement law. Almost all the ideas are being covered here. Now focus on numericals. Pick up different numericals and try to work out. Don't do only conduction one. You have to focus more on that, some radiation problems also. Work out different numericals. Okay, tomorrow we'll meet at the same time. Okay, we'll have the discussion on numericals. Fine. Okay, thank you, all of you.
Thank you, sir.